We're continuing our series now. This is 50. All week long, we've been talking to people who are not only facing 50 head-on, they are embracing it. This morning, we're talking about your career at 50. Many are hitting career peaks when they're in their 50s. Our today's survey found 31% experienced some sort of job loss at that age. A little more than half of those surveyed said they're satisfied with their work. So what can you do to find a little bit more satisfaction at your work? Susan Swimmer is an editor of More Magazine. Cali Yost is a workplace strategist. Nice to have both of you with us this morning.
Nice to be here.
So you get to a point in your life, too, where, you want to maybe start enjoying yourself a little bit more, but you still need the paycheck, let's be honest.
Yes.
So one of the things you say is really important to fireproof your career, Susan, is to take on a new project.
Yes. When you're in your 50s, chances are you've been doing what you're doing for a while. Maybe you might grow a little complacent. Be an early adapter. Be that person to take on new projects. Be the yes person. It might be a little scary at first, but your experience that you've accrued over so many years is going to buoy you in that endeavor.
So it's almost like some of the advice that we give to people who are just starting out in terms of saying yes to things, being the go-getter. You
That's
also
right.
say you should really dress or look the part. Do I need an entirely new wardrobe?
Well, as we discussed a few minutes ago, you look fat. But here's the thing.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. Listen, when you get in your 50s, your body changes. It's a little bit of an evolving story. And you need to dress for that body. But most importantly, you need to update every season. I'm not talking overhauls, but I'm saying that you need to wear styles that are current because it shows the world, it shows everyone that you're paying attention. And so to that end, add a few pieces every season that are on trend. The biggest mistake a lot of women make is they don't update their eyeglass frames. I know it might sound silly, but it's your face, it's the thing that people
see.
Yes. And also your work tote. That's my big thing.
Handbag and eyeglasses. I love it. Okay, so you also recommend, Cali, really taking control of that work-life balance. That term never leaves us. How do you do that?
Well, to actually be your best on the job, you do have to think about how work and life fit together because they impact each other. So you need to be coming out of that phase when you're just sort of keeping your head above water, taking care of young children, getting your job done. But now at 50, you see a little space. Maybe you can commit to those small, meaningful actions and priorities that can help you be the best on and off the job. So, for example, commit to that walk at night with your best friend for 30 minutes twice a week. You feel great, but you perform better on the job. Commit to that online class to learn a new skill. You can actually shut the door now on a Saturday afternoon for 2 hours and not be interrupted. And you know what? Just try to grab those small, meaningful actions that really can make a difference. Nobody's going to notice, but help you be your best.
You also say this is a great time to ask for a flexible schedule. And that's interesting because, as you sort of reference, a lot of us think of that as something that you do when you do have young children.
Exactly. You may want to have a more formal change in how, when, and where you work. So this is really going to depend on the type of job that you have. But maybe you want to recapture some of those hours that you're losing to a long commute, volunteer, pursue a hobby. So sit down, put a plan together to maybe telework 2 days a week. And within that plan, you want to make sure you clearly outline how you're going to get your job done well, how you're not going to add more work to your boss's plate, and then offer to pilot it for 60 to 90 days. If you do that, 9 times out of 10, you are going to get a fair hearing.
Great advice, and nice to have both of you with us. Susan Swimmer and Cali Yost. Thanks.